0-point energy, unleashing the power of nothingness. Did you know 0-point energy allows an empty cup of nothing to harness enough power to make an atomic bomb blush? In a cup. So what's the deal with this 0-point energy? Imagine you're chilling with your favorite drink. Well, that innocent-looking cup isn't as innocent as it seems. It's actually brimming with the cosmic jackpot of energy known as 0-point energy. But what in the universe is that, you ask? 0-point energy is like the sneaky ninja of the energy world. It's the teeny tiny amount of energy particles have, even when they're playing statue. And guess what? It's everywhere, lurking in every nook and cranny of space, just waiting to be unleashed. So how do we even begin to measure something as slippery as 0-point energy? Well, it's like trying to catch a whisper in a hurricane, tough but not impossible. We've got to get up close and personal with the laws of quantum mechanics, which is like trying to solve a puzzle while blindfolded. But hey, with enough brain power and maybe a little luck, we might just crack the code. Some already have. Remember that innocent cup? Well, if we could somehow wrangle the energy lurking within it, and I mean really wrangle it, like wrestling a tornado into a teacup. We're talking about enough power to make an atomic bomb look like a birthday candle. Yep, with 0-point energy, we're talking about turning nada into a whole lot of something, and that something packs more punch than a superhero on a sugar rush. 0-point energy isn't just about powering up your morning brew. Oh no, it's got way more tricks up its sleeve. Imagine a super efficient spacecraft zooming through the cosmos faster than you can say warp speed. Or how about supercharged batteries that never run out of juice? With 0-point energy, the possibilities are as endless as the universe itself. Now you might be wondering, if 0-point energy is so amazing, why haven't we heard about it before? Well, hold on to your tinfoil hats because things are about to get a little conspiracy theory-ish. See, governments have been keeping a tight lid on this whole 0-point energy business for ages. And why, you ask? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Some say it's because they want to keep all that power to themselves, while others think they're just not ready to handle the cosmic chaos that 0-point energy could unleash. If at this point I've inspired you to think, I'm going to build myself a 0-point energy machine. Hold up. No, seriously, hold up. They're not exactly handing out gold stars to anyone who tries to spill the beans. In fact, there have been some pretty shady goings-on in the world of 0-point energy. Think inventors meeting untimely ends under, shall we say, under very suspicious circumstances. So if you're thinking of diving headfirst into the 0-point energy game, just remember, tread lightly and quietly, my friends, and keep your wits about you. The power of 0-point energy has got scientists from Area 51 to the Kremlin racing to make the next superpower weapons, and they don't want you messing with such great power. So what kind of 0-point energy weapons we talking about? Well, here we have a little selection of rumored 0-point energy projects already made or in progress, and let's just say the possibilities are as mind-boggling as absolutely terrifying. First up, we have the delightful 0-point energy bombs. A bomb that makes your average atomic bomb look like a firecracker. We're talking about a weapon that could level entire cities with just a fraction of the energy lurking within the quantum vacuum. It's like dropping a cosmic sledgehammer on your enemies, and trust me, you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. Now we have 0-point energy beams, which are straight out of Star Trek. Think lasers, but on steroids. With 0-point energy, you could create beams of pure energy capable of slicing through steel like a hot knife through butter. And the best part? They'd be virtually unstoppable, traveling at the speed of light and packing enough punch to turn anything in their path to ash instantly. Zap, poof, gone, dust. 0-point energy can be used for defense too, and 0-point energy shields could be very useful. Now here's where things get really sci-fi. Imagine a force field powered by 0-point energy. A shield so impenetrable, it could deflect anything from bullets to missiles with ease. It's like having an invisible fortress around you at all times, keeping you safe from harm no matter what. Another way scientists are planning on harnessing 0-point energy is with 0-point energy projectiles. Forget bullets and missiles. With 0-point energy, you could launch projectiles at hypersonic speeds with pinpoint accuracy. Whether it's a tiny dart or a massive boulder, these projectiles would pack enough kinetic energy to obliterate anything in their path. Add on a warhead and you got yourself something pretty naughty. Cheating a bit, but lastly we got 0-point energy propulsion. Okay, so maybe this one isn't strictly a weapon, but it's still pretty darn cool. With 0-point energy propulsion, you could create spacecraft capable of zipping through the cosmos at speeds that would make Han Solo jealous. And who knows? Maybe one day we'll be exploring the stars thanks to the power of 0-point energy. But hey, before you start having nightmares about a 0-point energy apocalypse, let's remember one thing. With great power comes great responsibility. While 0-point energy has the potential to revolutionize warfare as we know it, it's up to us to ensure that it's used for good, not evil. After all, the last thing we need is a 0-point energy arms race spiraling out of control. So let's keep our eyes on the stars and our feet firmly planted on the ground. So there you have it, 0-point energy in all its mind-bending glory. It's like the ultimate cosmic power-up, hiding in plain sight and waiting for someone brave enough to take the plunge. But hey, if you're gonna dive in headfirst, just remember to keep your wits about you and maybe stash a tinfoil hat just in case. After all, when it comes to 0-point energy, anything's possible, even the impossible. What uses can you think of for 0-point energy? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Did You Know facts. Peace.